Well, welcome back to another episode of Chat in the Hat. We've got our topics here in our hat, and I've got one already pulled out, and it says homosexuality. Is it wrong or is it wrong? And the short answer to that is both. Well, it is wrong and it is wrong. And this is a topic that really I'd like to just pass over and not do. But there's a little unknown rule that says that if you live in a neighborhood that the cats have not formed a union and 90% of the dogs are not employed, if all the squirrels have registered to vote and it is a Wednesday evening, you cannot pass a topic. So I can't pass this topic. I've got to take this question. And so we're going to keep it simple, easy peasy, make it very clear. And so to do that, well, I'm going to have to use my Australian hat. It is my no nonsense, easy peasy work hat. And so I've also got to use two 4-letter words. Yep, that's right. I'm going to have to use two 4-letter words. But try not to judge me, because there are times I've actually been known to use 5-letter words. I never try to use words more than 10 letters, because then I have to take my shoes off. And so those are out. But to put this in perspective, well, these two 4-letter words are going to give you a good balance of what you need to know. Now, the first thing is, well, what does the Bible say about homosexuality? Well, if you look in the Bible, you're not going to find that word. Now, you would find a word that says sodomites. And that's an interesting term because it's more descriptive of what they are known for, what they do. And so homosexuality is a name that really tries to put a picture more on something other than what they're actually doing. It makes it sound better. But you need to keep in mind what homosexuality is. And it is not something that you are. It is something that you do. And so the sodomites are known for what they did. And you're not born a homosexual. You are born with a free will. And you can choose to do something or not do something. And so when the gay community says, love wins, well, the problem with that is love is not winning, because that's not based on love. See, the Bible has no problem with a man loving another man. That's fine. In fact, the Bible encourages us to love others. And so, you can love another person just as much love as you can. That's not the problem. A father can love his son, give him all that he has, cherish him, do all for him, would give his life for him. But if that father was to have an intimate or sexual relationship with his son, well, that would be illegal, it would be immoral, and it would be perversion. It would be a sin. And so when you talk about love, well, love is different than the second 4-letter word, lust. And so those two 4-letter words, love and lust, well, they define this. See, if you love somebody, well, then you care about them. You want the best for them. You want them to be healthy. And you want them to be in heaven. You want good things for them. But when lust comes in, well, that's an appetite. Some people, lust for food. Some people lust for money. And other people lust for physical appetites. And so, these things need to be in perspective when you look at this topic. And that's the whole thing. I don't want to spend a lot of time on debating whether it's morally right or wrong, because I'm a firm believer that everybody knows in their heart that it's wrong. And I think that's one of the reasons why the gay community gets so angry when someone tells them that they're wrong, because inside their conscience is screaming it to them. They're telling, hey, It's wrong. And so they're trying to close all that out so they can continue in sin. So, when you look at homosexuality, well, just keep those two words, love and lust. And also keep in mind the end where each one leads. See, love will lead you to God because God is love. Love's going to lead you to your Savior who loves us and died for us. Love is going to lead you to serve and know God and to eternal reward. But lust, well, it's going to lead you to all other consequences. It's going to cause you health problems. It's probably going to shorten your time on this earth, and it can cause you to miss heaven and face eternal judgment because it hardens your heart to the message and the calling of God. And so that's one of the most dangerous things about that particular sin. So these are just some things to think about. But when someone asks you, just tell them the truth. Be honest. Don't worry about it. And you don't need to convince them. You just need to be yourself. Just don't lie to them. Just be honest. And you'll find that God will work the rest out. Take care and God bless.